Hear ye, gather round for another edition of Young Kings Wrestling, featuring the JDF Memorial Sovereign Soundboard. As always, you can find us on most platforms streaming your favorite podcast episodes, including Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. If you're listening on the iTunes, leave us a review of the 5-star kind. Subscribe to us on YouTube at YK Wrestling. Links to all the platforms and the merchandise available only at YKWrestling.com. Welcome to the Knock If You Buckingham Palace. As always, I am the thespian TC Fontaine, aka TCF Baby. Please say the baby. Joined by King Rick, House of Havoc, first of his name. Welcome back. Another one. Hey, real quick, man. Yeah, big facts. Hey, before we get into all the good stuff, man, I want to be serious for a moment on my Lance Storm, and I didn't prepare anything here, but if you heard, there was a mass shooting at my university this past week, and shit was crazy, man. Shit was crazy. So, prayers up to my rebel family, my fellow alum, former classmates who are still there. Had some classmates, they had to shut down. They shut down like the play that was going on. I'm the thespian and stuff. So we had a play that was it was just supposed to wrap this weekend, and they canceled all the shows, like crazy shit, man. So prayers up to them, prayers up to the victims. 3 professors were killed by somebody who applied to be a professor and got turned down for the job. I've been turned down several jobs, and I never thought to go up to the job that turned me down and go kill people who have the position that I wanted. That just don't make any sense to me. Yeah. So shout out to UNLV. We UNLV strong. We the UNLV community, Las Vegas. Man, shout out to the NBA too. They they had the in-season tournament out here, and they donated tickets to students to come see the game for free transportation, and gave them a good time. It was a fire-ass game too. So
you went?
I did not go. I didn't know about it because I'm not a student no more, so I didn't even know. I've been trying to get like free student tickets to the football games all season, and the shit wasn't working. So like I didn't even make an attempt to do it. And yeah, let's do it for the actual students though that was there, that were affected. So I didn't want to take that away from them anyway. So big shout out to UNLV. Shout out to the UNLV Police Department. It's the only time you're gonna hear me shout out cops on this show. But they made a quick and swift effort to get the job done, and I don't think anybody came to work or came to school that day and expected to do this. And this is like happened shortly after classes have started too. Like classes start at 11:30, and it's happened like 11:40. So like people's classes didn't even really get started before this stuff happened. Crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. But
yeah.
Let's
and in all seriousness too, like between you and Malik, I know y'all around there a lot too. Yeah. So I'm glad neither of y'all was out there that way. Everything's cool. Y'all both safe. You know what I'm saying?
And this happened right by the student union. It's probably the most populated area, like before classes, like during passing periods and stuff. So it's people going for lunch and just getting something to eat. You want to get a bite to eat and you got to leave. And people, I seen students talking about like they had to leave their laptops and had assignments due that night. They couldn't turn in their assignments because they just had to leave all their shit.
Yeah.
It's shitty, man. Shitty world we live in. I couldn't imagine this happened. This is the second mass shooting in Vegas that's happened since I've been here. And the first one was crazy. The first one was crazy. It was like 60 people died on that one. on the strip, and it's wild. So, folks, y'all need to we know who y'all is. Y'all need to do something about this too. It's happening way too often. Way too often.
It's like every other day.
Literally. It was literally like one that happened in Texas the day before that. I don't think really got as much attention. Crazy shit. Y'all do something about it. You can't just have these politicians, head of states coming out, showing up, making speeches, and then going back doing what they do. Like that don't do nothing. Making a speech don't do nothing, bro. It don't do nothing at all. Like let's make some actual effort to stop this shit from happening. Yeah. Your words don't mean nothing. And we can't change it. We citizens. We can't really do. We kind of got to deal with it. We got to deal with the possibility that it could happen wherever we at.
Right.
Bullshit.
Whenever.
But yeah, shout out to my UNLV family. And let's ramp this up. Let's ramp the energy up on this one. Shout out to my Lakers. Yes, sir. Talked about that in-season tournament. We won our 18th championship, so we officially got the most in the league. We over there talking that stuff.
Oh,
man. 18 of them things, man. Michael Jordan can't say he won an in-season tournament.
Oh, man.
Shout out to them.
It's going to be a long week on ESPN.
Hey, man. Listen, last night was fun because, listen, we know it's a regular season championship is pretty much an exhibition game. Like the stats didn't count, nothing counted. So Anthony Davis had one of his best games of his career, and it didn't count.
Imagine that.
Wild. But the funniest thing about it, we was really going ham like Laker Nation. We was going ham like we won a real championship because we knew niggas was gonna be so mad about it. So we was just putting 20 on 10, knowing they was salty about it. It is what it is. I wish I was on the team. $500,000 in Vegas.
Sheesh.
I don't think they got paid yesterday, but shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's $500,000. You make $500,000 at work, you get a free trip to Vegas.
Yeah,
on the weekend.
Hey man, listen,
give me that job. I'm about to pick up a basketball right now.
Exactly. Shit.
I don't care if I'm 30.
Go out to the city, you know what I'm saying? Throw some money on the table, you know what I'm saying? I'll turn it into a vacation. Shoot.
Big facts. Hey, let's talk about this week in wrestling history, man. First off, want to get my happy birthdays out here. Happy birthday to Victor from I forgot the tag team he was in. What was their tag team name?
What was his name?
Victor. Connor and Victor.
Ascension,
yeah. Them dudes. They prime early NXT, but they weren't shit on the main roster at all. It was cool at NXT though. Shout out to Connor. I think he's still in TNA, still doing his thing. Shout out to Michael Shane. Y'all remember Michael Shane from the Naturals in TNA?
Oh, I do.
Shawn Michaels' little cousin. Yeah, man. Happy birthday to that brother.
Okay.
Happy birthday to Brooke Adams. I'm just saying a bunch of names y'all probably ain't heard of in years. Brooke Adams from the Extreme Expose.
I'll never forget Brooke, man.
Yeah, and then Miss Tessmacher in TNA, former Knockouts champion. She actually got really good at wrestling over the time period. I was shocked to find out she was kind of nice in TNA. That was around the time I wasn't watching TNA, so I didn't really know. But yeah, she was type nice. Shout out to her. Shout out to Hiromu Takahashi. Happy birthday to my brother. Larry Zbyszko, the living legend. Shout out to him. Former NWA champion, one of the GOATs. Shout out to ravishing Rick Rude as well. He would have turned 65 this week. My man's passed at 40. Damn. Yeah, shit's crazy. Had a heart attack, like an accidental overdose. It was like some medications he was taking. And it wasn't like your typical wrestler overdose. It was an accident. Like I don't think he was on the shit crazy, but
right, yeah,
that man was on the juice. Like,
oh, you can see
no
it.
Denying it. Yeah. Shout out to Rick Rude. He was one of my favorite wrestlers. Like when I first started watching wrestling, he kind of drew my attention when he was like with DX and stuff. So I used to go back and watch his old stuff, and I was like, yo, I love this character because it's just like ravishing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Because it's like And then you hear later on, like you hear the stories about him personally. Like he had a lot of standards, he had his moral stuff like that. But also you didn't want to mess with him
Family
because
man.
like because he'll scrap with you like
Facts.
for real.
He looked like it too. He had the mustache. I'm gonna grow my mustache out like Rick Rude.
Yeah.
Talk to the boy. Another name y'all might not have heard of in years, Sylvester Terkay. Y'all remember him?
Oh, I do remember, mainly
He lost to
because
Kurt Angle in the NCAA championships in like '92.
well, yeah, but I remember him
Oh,
because he was exactly, and I just
yeah.
watched the match with him and Punk from Judgment Day 07.
Oh yeah, I remember that bullshit. That shit was trash. Shout out Sylvester Terkay though.
Facts.
Heavyweight legend. He could have been Brock and Kurt, all that, but I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
He was just as nice as them. He was
Right.
nice. Prayers down for Sonny. Sonny had a birthday this past week. Enjoy prison. John Moxley, happy birthday to him. That was OD.
Man.
Was that OD?
Listen, you get what you get and don't get upset.
You get what you deserve at this point. Happy birthday to John Moxley, and ACH, and Slick. Y'all remember Slick?
Slick. Oh,
Reverend Pimp.
That's yeah.
The Reverend Pimp. And another, he wasn't a Reverend Pimp, but he was like
the pimp first, and then he left that and became an actual reverend or something, right?
Yeah, I think he was a reverend for real, at least like an ordained minister or something of that
sort.
Yeah.
I can't do this. I gotta give my life to Jesus.
Facts. Another pimp who was a manager. This dude used to roll with Harley Race and stuff. Mr. Hughes. Y'all probably don't know Mr. Hughes. Yeah, Mr. Hughes, big black dude, be Harley Race bodyguard and shit. Yeah, funny times. Happy birthday to the GOAT announcer, Michael Cole. My God. Shout out to Enzo Amore, had a birthday this past week. And we just talked about Kurt Angle. He had a birthday the other day, too. Shout out to that legend. Shout out to him. Shout out to Katie meeting Kurt Angle the other day. Another name. There's a bunch of names this motherfucker has not heard of in years. S.A. Rios. Remember him?
Wow. Yeah.
Used to roll with Lita.
when she first started.
Yeah, well, Lita first debuted WWE, and then he was cheating on Lita, and she said, "Fuck this," and broke away from him and did her own thing and became a legend, and he became forgotten.
Terrible.
He was cold though. He was one of my favorite wrestlers on No Mercy. Just play with him on No Mercy all the time.
He was nice.
He was cold. And then I'm gonna wrap this up. Shout out to Brooklyn Legends, JTG, and Jigga and Hove. Shout out to Hove. You know we're gonna make a Hove reference on this episode.
Yeah.
Just wait on it. This week in wrestling, man, we're gonna run through this real quick. 1972. This is like the 5th week in a row we have mentioned Ric Flair on this show. But Ric Flair made his pro wrestling debut 51 years ago. Old ass dude. He's still around. He was 23 when he made his debut.
Damn.
Old as shit now, boy. Shout out to Ric Flair. The year after this, 1973, Bruno Sammartino won his second WWF championship. And it was about 1,280 something days. Roman Reigns is going to pass it up the day after the Royal Rumble. So imagine that crazy timing right there. How they do that? Was that intentional? I don't think it was intentional. You would have had to really pre-plan that.
Yeah.
It's just ironic that he going to pass Bruno the day after he defended the title successfully.
I'm about to say, I know you got theories. So,
time
traveling.
Somebody's a time traveling merchant around here. So maybe it's true. 1999, Jushin Thunder Liger won his 11th IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Damn. I'm pretty sure he held it more than that, but the reason why this is so notable, he beat Psychosis on Nitro for that. The title did not change hands in the United States for another 19 years after that. until Dragon Lee won it at the G1 Supercard in 2019. 19 years. That title has changed hands only 3 times in America and every other time in Japan. Crazy. More on Dragon Lee later on.
Yes, sir.
2000, the year 2000, WWF held their annual Armageddon pay-per-view featuring a 6-man Hell in a Cell when worst parent nominee Rikishi was thrown off of the cell by the Undertaker onto a bed of hay and wood chips or whatever that was.
Yeah.
That bump looked like it hurt too.
I know it.
It looked like a real hard bump. Right. That hay and wood chips didn't mask nothing.
And I mean, you just like backwards, not like you seeing where you falling. You just straight back.
Yeah, and he was hesitant a little bit too. He took a real slow step back. He had to just say, "Hey, yo, fuck the realism. I'm gonna look back and see where I'm about to fall right now before I do it." This man legit took a look back and was like, "All right, I bet."
Damn.
Shout out to Rikishi. More Rikishi news right here. Because in the year 2001, Mr. Vince McMahon had to join his own Kiss My Ass club. The Rock made up with his cousin Rikishi. He said, "Hey, yo, you owe me one, family." He said, you did it for The Rock. Do this for The Rock. Vince McMahon ain't kissing my ass. He gonna kiss your ass. And that's how that went. The year 2004, Lita defeated Trish Stratus to win the Women's Championship on Raw, the first ever women's main event on Monday Night Raw, and it will be the first one in 12 years. The only one in 12 years, rather. I think that was Charlotte and Sasha Banks at Falls Count Anywhere that happened a week ago. Yeah. 2006, Paul Heyman leaves the WWE after that debacle of a pay-per-view called December to Dismember. Yeah, it was literally like the next day after that too. It was literally the very next day. This man just left. Said, "Yo, this shit trash. I'm gone." Paul Heyman don't come back. He don't come back for like a year or so. So he wasn't gone that long. It was a couple years.
Brief.
Yeah. 2009, TNA announces their move to Monday nights, countering Monday Night Raw. It's around the time I stopped watching. I didn't watch for about 10 years. I tell y'all that all the time. I have no idea really what happened in TNA over that time period. I know Jeff Hardy got in some trouble. And I know AJ Styles ended up leaving and going to Japan. And I know Samoa Joe ended up going to the E.
Right.
And really, Bobby Lashley went there, had a cup of coffee with Drew McIntyre. I think Alberto Del Rio was there.
Yeah. But yeah. You know he was. He had to get a check somewhere.
Right. But yeah, over them 10 years, yeah. They also announced that Terry was debuting too. That might have had something to do with me stopping. Yeah. Also in 2009 this week, RIP to Eddie Fatu, a.k.a. Jamal, better known as Umaga, passed away. And his nephew had a world title shot on the day that he died too, this past Monday. We'll talk about that. This week in 2014, your boy CM Punk signed with the UFC. We know how that went down.
Hey, I gotta interject real quick.
Go ahead.
Because 2001, we had something happen this week. In fact, yesterday, and I just happened to start watching it before we jumped on.
It's crazy. You back into my notes because I was literally about to bring that up. I did not forget that. Okay, I was actually saving that for last.
My bad.
I was saying, no, you good. You Gucci. I was saving that for last. 2001, Chris Jericho becomes the undisputed champion at Vengeance, beats The Rock for the WCW title, beat Stone Cold Steve Austin immediately afterwards. Like, Stone Cold did not give this man no time to rest. Yeah. This man didn't get no time to celebrate. He came out there, tried to stand on business.
Right.
And, Vince McMahon was on that bullshit.
And Book.
Yeah, man. Book too. Booker came out there. That actually, I'm not going to talk about it yet. I'm going to wait till next week to talk about it because there's something that happens next week in the aftermath of this. That's a very well-known wrestling moment.
Prime TV.
Yeah.
Could not beat it.
Yeah, so Chris Jericho became the first ever undisputed champion this day in 2001. And this week in 2023, Chris Jericho wins his first ever Peasant of the Week award.
I'm packing the edits, guess what?
These peasants, few peasants.
Correction, Chris Jericho wins his first Peasant of the Week award for this year. Bring that ass here, Jericho.
Bring that ass here, boy.
Why am I giving Chris Jericho Peasant of the Week, man? He getting a retro Peasant of the Week, actually.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to let, this is a rare moment where I'm going to let somebody who gets Peasant of the Week tell y'all why they getting Peasant of the Week.
Oh, okay.
Just listen.
But the thing for me, Sandy, is like, listen, you know, anybody that's ever been in a relationship, married, like, you can understand if in a moment of rage, you can't agree with it, but you could understand how someone could, you know, kill their wife.
What?
Why do I remember this?
Nigga, did you know that I can see you?
What? Now for some context. For some context.
Uh-huh.
You know who you talking about?
Oh yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying. I feel like I remember this from somewhere.
Okay, we know who he talking about. He talking about Redacted.
Uh-huh.
And this ain't the first time I had to give a peasant for somebody defending Redacted's actions this year.
This was when he was still in the E, right?
He was still in WWE. This is before the stuff with Kevin Owens, all that.
Yeah.
You know who he was talking to?
Side. Who?
When he said this, you know who he was talking to?
Who?
He was talking to Nancy's sister.
Sandra?
Yes.
Oh, he bugging.
Hold on. Run that back.
But the thing for me, Sandy, is like, listen, you know,
Sandy. Talking to Nancy's sister.
Oh, I didn't even repeat. Yo, that's crazy.
So listen, I knew about this podcast. He had her on there to talk about it, and he tried to, you know, I've read transcripts, you know, of the episode, and he was copping pleas for his old coworker.
Uh-huh.
But I never heard it. Like, I never bothered to listen to it. And I remember I knew, like, reading the transcripts, he was copping pleas, and like Sandra shut that shit down. But I never heard it, and it sounds so much worse.
Yeah, that's bad.
And people like unearthed this on the social media because Twitter don't forget.
No, they don't.
And I was just saying, it's the wrong time to play devil's advocate when a victim's relative is right next.
Like the worst possible time.
Like, bro. And you know what's crazy? Jericho got a big, crazy ego.
Mm-hmm.
And his ego was in his ear like venom because he was hesitating to finish what he didn't want to say what he wanted to say. It was like a part of him was just like, nigga, no. But then the symbiote was like, no, say it. You Chris Jericho, say it. You can get away with it. And yeah, get that man out of here. I think this is like his third or fourth time he's gotten this award since we started handing it out.
Oh, yeah, no, I remember I heard something about that, but I didn't actually hear the actual quote. That's insane, bro.
That's a terrible quote. Like one of the worst possible quotes ever.
And this is before they did the Dark Side doc.
This is before Dark Side. Like 3 years before that. 3-4 years. Y'all, you tripping, dog. You tripping.
Yeah.
And it was on the anniversary. Like the episode came out on the anniversary.
Bruh. I'm gonna have to rescind something that I watched this week. I'm gonna have to take that off because I was actually about to give my dude some compliments, and maybe this is not the time to be doing that.
No, I mean don't let me interject on what you want to provide to the show. Like we can talk about it.
Well, no, I watched.
We just want to add some disclaimers on that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what we watched this past week.
Yeah, I really just been watching a lot of pods or shows rather. And one of the ones I watched was his interview with Van Fleet on his show. And
a lot of cap on there.
Yeah, you know, it's as per usual. But I mean, the only thing I was gonna say was like in terms of people who understand the business and like have a good grasp of it in terms of their minds and their commitment to it, like he's one of those people that is just up there, like on the short list of people. So, because like you hear him talk about, from as far back as WCW throughout AEW and now in his time in WWE, WCW, it's like this is the guy that got it. You know what I'm saying? And even talking about like being realistic from making a transition from WWE to AEW, it's like, he's not trying to make it sound like, okay, he's doing so much better than everyone else over there, but he's just having a different experience. He's doing what he want to do. And he even says, like, listen, I tell people in the back all the time that they should spend, I think he said like 6 months working with Vince. So you learn the business from a perspective of a guy that's lived his entire life doing it. So it's like he still don't forget at the end of the day, like where he comes from and where he learned a lot of what he's, come to give to the back to the business. But like that was it was a good interview, again, laced with a little bit of cat as per usual. But I watched that, and then I saw Club Shay Shay with Rick on there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always entertaining.
Hey, don't Shannon know his wrestling, don't he?
Man, I'm like, hold on, fam.
Okay.
I didn't know he was a fan like that. You talking about Black Jack Lanza and all these people? Like, hold on.
Yeah, he was dropping old nigga names, but he know a little bit still though.
Yeah. You're like, okay, all right. Shannon be knowing his assignments. I respect that.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Big Shay, Uncle Shay.
Sir. Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you one Chris Van Vliet interview I'm not watching.
What?
Probably guess that. I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't gonna say it on air. I'm gonna be diplomatic today. Just today though. 52.
Oh man.
Shout out to Chris Van Vliet though. Shout out to the guy. This week I watched I don't know what like made me want to watch it. I watched the last episode of Nitro this past week. And I think I really don't know what made me want to watch it. I think I was thinking about when Jeff Jarrett held up Vince for that money at No Mercy.
And then got fired on live TV.
Like Vince bought the company that he was in and fired his ass. Like I think that was what made me watch it. I was like, let me go watch that. I watched the promo. And he said double G. No, he said capital G, double O, double N, double E. Gone. And I was like, yo, he was wild for that. But like,
it's the king of petty.
Bruh. Like literally the whole episode of Nitro, this dude just interjected himself like in between matches and just like, yeah, nigga, I run this shit. imagine you didn't know, because like this was like a couple days after the company got bought out. Imagine you didn't know that happened and you just gearing up to watch Nitro like you do every week, and you turn Nitro on and the first thing you see is Vince. And you just flipping the channel like, hold on, this the right channel?
Like what's going on here? And it was simulcast, so it's like
goddamn Monday Night Raw. You know they had a right talk like
they had the simulcast on, so it's like, okay, wait a minute, that's Vince. So let me go over to the channel that Vince should be on. Oh, it's the same shit. What's going on over here?
Like the beginning of the episodes were different. Like one, he was talking to the WCW fans, is like cutting a promo, just swinging his dick. It's like, I bought my competition. And then on Raw, this motherfucker had the two TVs of just like, well, that's Jeff Jarrett. Yeah, I own WCW. And it just like brought it back around. But it was a lot of stuff I didn't know happened on the episode of Nitro. Like Ric Flair cuts a promo at the beginning of the show. Basically, it's just like, yeah, we WCW, we ride together, we die together. Bad boys for life type stuff. Like that's the type of promo he cut. But the episode, I think they cut out the segment of him firing Jeff Jarrett, or either they cut it out or it just didn't air on Nitro. But yeah, the matches was all right. Like wasn't nothing special. You had Booker T and Scott Steiner, winner take all. Ric Flair, Sting, of course. They had Billy Kidman And Rey Mysterio, the last time you saw Rey without a mask and the Filthy Animals, they took on Elix Skipper, shout out to him, and some other dude who I have no idea who he was. But yeah, they had cruiserweight tag titles. I did not know that in WCW. Yeah, that happened.
I do remember something like that, yeah.
And I found out I had to do a deep dive because I wanted to know more about like how it was during the two shows, like the last show and everything. And they said a lot of dudes in the locker room, they thought it was like a storyline or something. They just thought like, all right, the companies working together. But then they realized like, no, this some real shit going on. When Shane walked in the room, yeah, they said when Shane walked in there, it was like, oh no, this really going down like this. I found out, and I didn't know. I found out DDP had already signed with Vince like before the company even got bought.
Oh,
I didn't know that. It's like DDP knew, DDP knew the writing was on the wall.
Oh, he's smart.
Hold on, let me go ahead and facts. Let me go ahead and get my things going. And it's a lot of uncertainty, so I ain't gonna tell these niggas what's going on.
Listen, self-preservation never fails.
Facts. And this lends to my theory: DDP is an honorary nigga. I've said it before. DDP got a black barber. He got a black grandbaby who looked just like him.
It's crazy too.
And then he out here, he leaving his co-workers in the dust because he ain't trying to get looked over. That's some nigga stuff right there. I'll mess with
even though they gave him a terrible gimmick, but
they did stalking the Undertaker.
It got him. Yeah, it got him on TV. So I can't be all the way
Undertaker
mad at it,
wife wasn't even that fire to stalk.
Yes, Sarah
mid. Big mid. Undertaker himself thought so too. So I don't feel that bad saying it myself.
Hey man.
Shout out to Big Take, man. What else you watched this past week? That it?
As I mentioned, Judgment Day 07.
Oh yeah, Judgment Day 07.
Yeah. That I don't know why. It made me jump back into that.
What was on Judgment Day 07? Punjabi Prison was on that?
Nah, that was Khali and Cena first time.
Okay.
And that's just like
shit from that one.
Yeah,
but that was when they first started doing the all branded pay-per-views again.
Yeah, it was all brands. But at the start, like not at the very start, but the second match on the card, you had Do-Rag Vince with the ECW title.
Yes, sir.
Doing that 3-on-1 with Lashley.
Oh, that's when he won it?
Technically, yeah, but then that's when Vince pulled the switch. It was only like maybe 3 minutes long. Like he went and smashed up everybody and pinned Shane. And Vince walking to the back, he looking all like, he got the I ate ass face, like he was all stuck. But then Umaga jumps Bobby and he gonna take the title, go back, and that's when he says like, oh, so yeah, we changing the rules around here because you pinned Shane, you ain't pinning champ. So you gotta pin me. You gotta pin me if you want to beat me for the title. So
hey, you were going crazy.
Yeah, like he was on some. He's like, congratulations, Bobby, you won a handicap match.
Yeah, that dude was going crazy.
Yeah, congratulations, you won a handicap match, but you didn't win this title because you ain't beat me.
But yeah, I forgot to mention though. I watched the last episode of Nitro. I had to turn on that episode of Raw, and see what happened on that at the same time. And I kind of got confused by the timing, so I feel like the episode of Nitro that's on the network, they cut out a whole bunch of shit because like the timing is just weird. Like you watch it side to side, the whole stuff with Shane, saying that he signed a contract, that happens in the middle of Raw, but it happens at the end of Nitro. Don't know why, but that's weird. It's just all weird. But on that same episode of Raw, Mick Foley come out there. You remember this is the week before Mania, and Mick Foley come out there. Mick Foley got fired like 4 months prior from his commissioner spot. But before he got fired, he made a deal with Linda, and he signed a book of documents, literally this big, like. Bruh, they showed the shit on the table. And Mick Foley, Mick Foley turned to Vince and was like,
Look how thick that is. Look how thick that is.
big ass pages of documents. Yeah. And he was like, yeah, me and Linda going to get signing. And come to find out, he did this when he was commissioner, so it was all legal. And he was like, I can do whatever I want, and I can referee any match I want at WrestleMania. I'm a referee your match versus Shane. That's how that shit went down. Yeah, this man Vince came back and fired Mick as a commissioner, all that shit before Christmas. Yeah. Damn. Shout out to Mick Foley. Decembers aren't very kind to him.
No, they not.
They really not. This man got kicked down the stairs in December.
Yep. I was just about to say
got fired in December, got bullied by Triple H and them in December, got bullied by the corporation in December. December not good for the boy. But shout out to Mick Foley, man. He the original Sami Zayn to me. He the original Sami Zayn.
Interesting.
Sami Zayn remind me a lot about Mick Foley. We're gonna talk about Sami Zayn later on here, but first, let's talk about the Royal Dressing Rumors. Where we at on this, man?
I got something since you mentioned Sami. Because we saw what happened to him on Monday.
Yeah.
He might be taking time off.
What happened to him on Monday?
He had the match with Drew, and then Drew went and jumped on his ass backstage and just.
That's what happened.
He got cooked. Hey, you didn't go down like that, huh? He got cooked.
That part. he caught some smoke, but they made it look real bad. So it's looking like he's gonna take some time off. You know what I'm saying?
He needed to, man. He kind of stale, bro. Like,
it's a little refreshing.
I'm this close to ragging on the actual person at this point.
That's
ragging
crazy.
on the character, getting bored. About to talk shit about Ramy Sebi in a minute.
Hey, man. But yeah, no, he done had a long, damn near 12-month stretch where he was just like
putting in work
on TV a lot, going like I give it to him. Like he busted his ass to make the last 12 months really be big in terms of drawing eyes and the storyline he's been in. So he could take some time. He got a wife, he got kids. Let him chill.
Holiday season coming up. Spend some time with your fam. Come back. You be number 30 in the Rumble or something.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Did you have?
You can't be 30.
Nah. Did you have Ken Shamrock signing back to WWE on your bingo card this year?
Not this year, but eventually, yeah, for sure. Not this year. No.
Yeah, I didn't have it anywhere. I didn't know it was gonna happen. It's a merch deal, so he's signing back. You've probably seen on the shop they got some new Ken Shamrock gear out.
Hell yeah, so, the legend. Get him in the hall.
Yeah, signing them back. You know what I'm saying? Put some merchandise on the board. Maybe get him that induction. I mean, why not? There's plenty of people that's been in that shouldn't be in anyway. So
they're already in the TNA hall. So
yeah.
And you can have the same person who inducted him into the TNA hall induct them into this one. If you smell what I'm cooking.
Yes, sir. Why not? Because ain't like he doing anything else of note.
His ass fucking going to government buildings and shit. What he doing at the Pentagon, bro?
Yo, listen.
That shit tweaked me. He was at the Pentagon. He was in Congress. Like, what you doing at Capitol Hill?
Dog, Young Rock was trying to tell us something all along.
Hey, listen. You really trying to be the president out here.
Yeah, man. Like, all places of seeing him, that wasn't it. I ain't see that coming.
Y'all gonna be tweaked. Do y'all remember here Republican though?
Oh shit. Here we go.
You know how that go. You're the last actor to become president as a Republican. Now black people fucked up forever.
Oh man.
Black people been fucked up ever since that.
Hey man. I'll vote for him just to see the inauguration speech. Honestly.
Oh, it'd be the greatest inauguration promo of all time.
Right? Like, I gotta hear it. Speaking of TNA though, they just announced this week that they partnered up with Endeavor Streaming to get TNA Plus.
That Endeavor
platform. Yeah. We We might be seeing that crossover
soon.
Hey man, they set a precedent already because what was it last year? Mickey competed in the Rumble as TNA Women's Champion, the Knockout Champion.
2022. Yep.
Hey, listen, I'm here for it, man.
Hey,
listen, TNA has survived this long because they understand how to survive. So I mean,
right? It's
you do what you got to do.
It's like black people. You know what I'm saying? We talked about that last president, and now niggas have been struggling and scratching to survive. We've been scratching to survive pretty much our whole existence.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it's like niggas, you know how to, when all you know is survival, it's easy to do what you got to do. And TNA for sure done did that. They done been on some networks you never heard of before they got on the network. You never heard of the network after they left. Like, you remember they was on Pop TV?
Yeah. Oh man.
I don't know shit on Pop TV.
I was gonna say I never heard of that channel in my life,
and I haven't heard of it since. Even the channel they own right now, Access TV, I would have never heard of it if they weren't on there. And I have access to that channel somehow. Yeah. I don't know how I have access to that channel, but I do. I'll be watching TNA.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably the problem. People don't have access to that channel, so they don't watch it. Like if it was on a network that people had, it will get respected a lot more. But like, we out here, they got money now too. People act like TNA don't got money. You know what I'm saying? Like Okada got, announced for the show coming up in Vegas next month.
Right.
Shout out to Okada.
Facts.
I gotta go see him. I gotta go see the Rainmaker. But people was trying to make jokes about TNA being broke. TNA ain't been broke in like 4 years, man.
Just cause like
Mark Cuban used to own them, bro. Like they got money now.
just because they don't got the same viewership and numbers and all that don't mean that they don't got some money. Because it's like the reason why Impact is always in the running for a free agent is because they can afford to spend the bread. Like
right, at least for a period of time. They can't afford them for a long time, but they can afford to have some guys that stick around now instead of having folks just leave and go to greener pastures after, just building up their career like Drew and Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
They got dudes that want to be there now. Josh Alexander, Moose, and Eddie Edwards and all them. They want to stay there. And they want to build it back up to being a respectable promotion. And honestly, in my eyes, they've been number 2 this entire time. Like, I never rated AEW over them just because AEW got a better TV deal and they got more money behind them. To me, it ain't a better show. That's just my opinion, but TNA, they got better wrestling than me. They got better character work. They care about character work a whole lot more.
Right.
It's a more intriguing television show. So shout out to TNA. I can't wait for them to come back and be TNA again and restore that feeling. And coming out to Vegas, I'm going to need more Vegas shows out here with TNA. You know how they really got money? They putting on a show on the Strip. That costs money.
Goddamn.
Not on the Strip, but it's like 3 minutes away from it, 3-minute drive, depending on the traffic.
I'll say it's close enough.
Yeah. Big facts.
In the vicinity, so it counts. Now, you just mentioned Okada. So here's some news for you on that. At the end of January, his contract is expiring. And he's 36 right now. And apparently, some folks that know him said that he's considering the possibility of wrestling for another promotion for the first time. So, the end of January, we know what happens around that time.
Yeah.
But also, like we said, there's other options, stuff like that.
You can go to TNA, stay there.
You could go to TNA, yeah.
If you really care about the bread and nothing else, there's AEW. Where it's like, you think he would go to AEW though? Because
I don't.
I feel like the time he's been in AEW, they haven't done anything to make him seem like the big deal that he is.
Right.
I don't think he's won a singles match since he's been here.
No. And the thing was too, like, one, you kind of messed it up when you had Bryan go over him at Forbidden Door
with a broken arm.
Yeah, that was a bad look for one. Which, I mean, look, I get it. Bryan is one of them guys that you'd have built goodwill with. He on your discipline committee and all this other stuff.
I want to talk about that too.
Yeah, but it's like Okada was probably the biggest name that you had brought onto your brand ever to that point. and you had him lose the first time he shows up in a match there. That's one. But also, it's like I said with any other big signing that Tony has. It's like you do it for the moment. Like you do it to get all the reaction of, oh, he signed to AEW, he's all elite, and showing up on your TV screens to get that reaction from the crowd. Like he's all about moments. What happens after he has the big match with a Kenny on American TV? Bryan again, Ospreay, whatever else. Like what happens after those matches, those quick matches early on go out the window? MJF, right?
You know you're gonna blow your load on the matches early too.
That's what I'm saying. Like you do that and get it out the way, and then what? He just exists on your roster. Probably gonna cost you a lot of money, and it's just like, you taking the novelty away. You know what I'm saying? So going to AEW is just like, okay, if you, like you said, if you want the money, okay, fine. But at 36,
I don't know if they got money to spend that. Like, they down $22 million.
Oh, that's true too.
You heard about that?
Yeah. So I'm saying, like, honestly, you gonna hear AEW talk about budget cuts if they keep trying to make some big splashes all the time. But yeah, man, like if you want to just go out there and get a couple dream matchups in and out, okay, cool. But if you want to sustain at 36, you want to try and sustain what's left of your prime, and down the road, there's better options. I'm not even saying just WWE. Like you said, TNA is there. Like you could go.
I don't know how much money MOW got, but they got some stuff.
Yeah. Like you could just like play the field for a little bit. You don't gotta like lock into nothing crazy right away.
Nah. Shout out to him. Shout out to that disciplinary committee too, man. We talked about that too, man. It's like more news come out, man. Now the dirt sheet cappers is talking about like he the hall monitor now, basically. Like he over here handing out social media fines.
Oh, it's like
that's crazy.
That's what we doing?
Streets is not only watching, but they talking now.
Oh no.
That's our Jay-Z reference.
I didn't know he was doing all that.
It's crazy, man. You better get Mark Briscoe to pay up that fee, man. I seen Mark Briscoe was wilding on Twitter earlier.
Hey, man.
On some bullshit. Like,
that's gonna go crazy. That's really gonna be like, I could imagine what that conversation is gonna be like, honestly.
Bro. They got this nigga acting like Randall from Recess, man.
Right.
Bryan Randallson. Looking ass.
I think and he could play that too.
Hell, he could.
If you really look at him,
he got a snitch face too. That's the crazy.
Yeah, right.
He looked like a snitch. He looked like he tell somebody.
Listen, the day AEW comes out with a general manager, we know who it's going to be. That's what I'm saying. Because he's not going to be wrestling full time. He's not going to be full time much longer.
Hell no.
So you know what time it is.
You see me with a bodyguard, that means police is watching.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh man,
I can't believe that.
Speaking of AEW and Tony Khan and money, I'm gonna just make this one quick and bounce right off it. We was talking last week how Rick was apologizing for promo stuff like that, talking about how he don't need the money. Here's the cat, because Tony Khan was talking about Ric Flair and his deal and stuff like that. And he says, basically, we're not paying Ric Flair. Ric Flair is essentially paying us because we're getting paid by the Woo Energy brand and all his appearances. So that business that he got is cutting checks to them. So we're collecting revenue from them. So
what kind of deal is that?
I ain't never heard of that before.
No, me neither. Disregard him.
I got moving out here. Oh man. So the whole Seth Rollins situation, right? When Survivor Series happened, Punk came out and we saw how he was reacting. And the whole thing, it came to be, well, oh, he was working or he was for real mad. He got asked this question, and this is going to be left up to interpretation because, you know, even on interview circuits, sometimes you got to play the field with it, right? So when he found out that Punk was coming back, obviously he was working, you know what I'm saying? So he didn't know nothing about it. He saw it just like everybody else in real time. But then when he asked if he was annoyed that he didn't get a heads up about it, he was honest. He was like, yeah. He understands that, you know, it's something that obviously you want to keep close to the vest, you know, because you're trying to make this as big a reaction as possible. So I was like, I get it. Very few people knew. But he says, I was extremely emotional. I'll just put it that way. So and in the moment, everything that we had all been through, everything the company's been through with that particular person, and the way it kind of like, you know, went over on Randy's return. It's like it was a lot of emotions going through him, and he kind of just reacted. He said, I usually don't get worked up about much, but getting me real caught off guard. There was a lot of real emotion. So I guess you could really say that he was just blurring the lines hard as hell. Like he might have been working, but it was he was really tight behind it.
It was improvised. Like yeah. I'm sure he felt that way, but then he was just like, well, I know what they're gonna have us doing, so I might as well just, you know, lean into it in that moment. Like I think in the initial moment, first hearing the music, he was probably like, man, what the fuck? But then he realized he's a professional. He understands the business. He realized what's going on. It's just like you see an opportunity to make money, you wing that shit.
Right.
And he just went crazy. He's like, everybody in here watching me, let me do what I do and be Seth freaking Rollins. Yeah. And he did that. So shout out to him. Even that interview, you probably working folks. Like
that's what I'm saying. So it's like I take it at face value. You know what I'm saying? Like he took the moment and was just like, I can do what I really want to do anyway, because now y'all just gonna think, you know, one way or another. Like you blur the lines, but you get out what you want to do at the same time. Kind of like what Matt and Edge did when they was beefing for real. Like they was laying in some real shots because like, yo, motherfucker, like we got beef for real. But yeah, last thing I got, we saw SmackDown. Charlotte went down, and it's looking bad. It's looking scary. Looks like she was telling referee Charles Robinson there was her knee took a bad shot, and you know how the players look when they get on the cart, and they just look a little defeated. She had that look on her face. So I'm prayers up. Hopefully it's nothing serious. We're close to the Mania season, so
most players get on carts, unless you're the Jaguars. You down $22 million. Can't get your franchise quarterback on a cart. And then you trot his ass back out there the very next week and you getting cooked.
Oh, man. Damn.
Hey, boy, spent all their money on wrestlers. They can't afford a cart for their franchise quarterback. That shit's crazy to me, dude.
That's insane.
Then
he played this week, so it's like...
Yeah, got his ass cooked, man. He was getting chased all around that motherfucker.
Man.
Every time Rezzo came back to the Jags game, his ass running for his life, getting sacked. Something.
Yeah.
Myles Garrett's making his life hell today.
It's crazy.
Hey, let's talk more
right now.
Facts. We will just talk about Seth Rollins too, man. Seth freaking Rollins. Please say the freaking. Defended his title against Jey Uso this Monday on Raw. And good match. Incredible match, man. On the anniversary of the death of Umaga. Jey Uso had to go crazy, and you know he was gonna lose, but you knew Drew Mack wasn't that far behind. You know he heated, he mad. Folks got Drew fucked up.
We getting psycho.
Facts. The Scottish psychopath going crazy. It's free smoke season for him, man. Drew trying to get them Christmas gifts. He said, you keep putting in work, man. I got a family to get gifts to, man. He don't got no kids. I checked before the show, but I know he married. I know he got family back there in Scotland. He need to send gifts to.
Yeah, man.
He probably ain't gonna get to visit them, but he trying to send them gifts. And the international shipping, you work for the parcel service. International shipping a little pricey.
Listen,
you said, "Hold on, give me this championship so I can make some more money." That's all it is. Y'all got my dude fucked up. He's just trying to get his gifts, man.
Yeah,
that's all that is. We talked about how he cooked Sami Zayn ass earlier in the show.
Bad.
Sami Zayn deserved that shit, as far as I'm concerned.
Talking shit.
He was talking mad shit.
He was talking like
reckless.
Crazy. Yeah.
He talking like he don't get his ass cooked often.
Right. Your best friend cooked you at one point in time.
Yeah, multiple times.
Don't forget that.
During your greatest moments, too.
Yeah.
Crazy work. I'm gonna make a quick break. I'm gonna say that the Raiders and the Vikings still have not scored in the fourth quarter. Got about 6 minutes left.
Bro, come on, man. Like,
I wasn't touching that game either.
I did, but all I had was like a 1.5 for touchdowns for what's his name? Dobbs. That's all.
Shit spooky out here, man.
Like, come on, man. You gonna go scoreless in this is pro football. How you gonna go scoreless? Nobody that trash.
Hey, the Raiders, y'all doing this after what happened the other day? Y'all supposed to put on.
Y'all
supposed to put on, bro. Everybody else putting on. Y'all doing this when y'all got the aces in the building. Y'all doing this in front of Asia Wilson.
Oh no!
Y'all embarrassing yourself in front of Asia Wilson and Kelsey Plum, bro. Let's get it together.
The Aces run the city right now.
Aces and the Knights run shit out here. Raiders not even the best football team playing in that building, bro.
Damn.
UNLV high key better.
I'm about to say UNLV was killing shit this year.
UNLV got another game coming up. That ain't never happened in about 20-some years. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, let's talk about this wrestling again. R-Truth, that man want to join the Judgment Day bad.
Yo, why this dude come with the TV with the back on it? Like,
hey, shout out to Damian Priest. Hold on, because this shit had me dying, and I know, like, I looked at Damian Priest, and this dude almost wanted to crack the fuck up, because this dude, he walked in there, R-Truth got the big booty TV. He watching the show on the big booty TV, and so Damian Priest, he turned the fence. He was like, "Man, what's his deal?" And R-Truth was like, "Yeah, I got all the deals on TV." This dude Damian Priest walked out of the camera view, bro. He almost cracked up too. He walked out of the camera view for like 3 seconds. It was funny because you remember I told you I had to go run back that Creed Brothers and Alpha Academy from a few months back. That was on Halloween, or like the Halloween week. So the fucking New Day was dressed like the Judgment Day, and these dudes called themselves the New Judgment Day. Dude Damian Priest, he put his whole hand over his face. I love when wrestlers just be about to crack the fuck up, and they gotta hold that shit. Because they almost got Solo Sikoa like that a few times too. Hey, that dude be trying so hard.
Yeah, man.
Or who was that got Roman at one time?
It was Sammy got everybody. Like him and R-Truth, like
try to get Solo too.
Yeah, like, well, somebody, I think it was, who was it? I think it was Woods. I seen the video the other day. They was on Up Up Down Down. He was trying to keep character in that, and what was it? He had some of his creative character had something crazy on, and they was all watching it. And next thing you know, you seen Solo head go down. He had his hand all on his face. And shit. He had to collect himself, and then got up, was like, took a deep breath. It was all, you see his jaw was clenched up, like he was just trying to keep his face straight.
That's my favorite part about acting, though. I've done that several times where something happened, I'm just like,
right.
One more tidbit from Raw. Shout out to Tommaso Ciampa dressing like No Limit Rey Mysterio the past few weeks. Same pants. The same damn pants, bro.
Oh man.
He's gotta wear a bandana.
That's
and
a fact.
say, "Whoa, they."
Yeah.
Shout out to DIY. They, you know how I am about Johnny Gargano.
Hey man.
Hey,
The Boyz is nice. The Boyz is nice.
And I'm gonna say this so it's on record. Bronson Reed and Johnny Gargano starting to come around. Starting.
There you go.
Now, if by the end of the year I'm complimentary towards Chelsea Green, something happening, and I don't know what.
Hey, as long as she sticks to the script, she is who she is.
Yeah,
I can't be mad at it.
She even got Piper showing some personality.
That's what I'm saying too. It's like because it's doing something. That pairing is working good because you see them kind of playing off each other. So like I can't be mad at it.
No, I ain't mad at it
progress.
at all. Not at all, man. Let's talk about SmackDown. We had the tribute to the troops. 20 years, man. Doing this for 20 years, bro.
That's crazy.
They used to go to real war zones.
Mm-hmm. It was in the desert.
Like in the damn desert. I don't know whether it was cold or hot. It was in the wintertime. I don't know about geography outside of America that much as far as weather goes. But yeah, they not on base no more. They did go from like the overseas bases and war zones. And then they switched to like domestic bases. It was a little bit safer. And now they do it in actual arenas now, like, just normal shows. So they had all the military personnel in there. And they started the show. They had some gospel singers singing God Bless America. Okay. God Bless America slap way harder than the national anthem.
It do.
I tell you. Even America the Beautiful slap harder.
Right.
Star Spangled Banner got no swag.
Yeah. I was one of them kids in school that like when they played that shit, I just like pretend I was doing somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? I just zoned out because it's like this shit corny.
Star Spangled Banner ain't had no swag since Whitney sang it. Nah, you remember Redacted Kelly did the remix at that one fight?
Ooh. Yeah, that was bad.
Hey, that shit was fire. I ain't go.
That was bad. Like, I can't get mad at it. Like,
the
brave.
I'm not gonna say shout out to Redacted Kelly though.
Look, dead clock, twice a day.
Yeah, that's true.
All I gotta say. It'd be like
facts. But not much else went on this show. It's a typical tribute to the troops, Had the troops there, put on the show for them.
It's typically non-canon.
Yeah. We had Brad Nessler calling a WWE match. That was a sight. Shout out to Brad Nessler, college football GOAT. But probably the main thing on this show that really mattered the most was we got a CM Punk promo. He had an advertised appearance. First time on SmackDown in about 10 years. And he literally told everybody, first thing in the promo, I'm coming in here like Rick James.
Fuck your couch, nigga.
Type stuff. Name dropped Cody. Name dropped Roman, Paul Heyman, and the entire bloodline. Name dropped JBL, who was doing commentary for the whole show. Shout out to my guy, JBL, legend. And then he shouted out Kevin Owens. Name dropped Kevin Owens, too. In the midst of name dropping Kevin Owens and talking about how Kevin Owens has been punching people backstage. He said, man, who would do something like that? Obvious nod to his final appearance in AEW. The crowd did not react at all. It was crickets. Crickets. They don't watch that shit. Even worse, you got a bunch of military servicemen and women. They don't watch that shit. They barely watch anything. They not watch. They spending a little bit of time they got to watch TV to watch AEW. Hell no.
Yeah, man.
This should go to tell you that nobody really watches that shit. We don't even watch that shit. We don't watch it. It was kind of embarrassing how nobody reacted to this. It was. I felt bad for a moment. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
This that like, come to Jesus moment that everybody needed to have.
There's scattered people out there that caught it and probably laughed at it, but outside of the collective, it was just like, nah, it didn't hit. We don't know what you're talking about.
Like when I first heard it, I was like, dog, I got it because obviously I know the issues and stuff. And the people on the internet, it was for internet niggas pretty much. Because the people in the crowd, it was a dude who I don't know if he was there for real or not, but he said he was there and he got it, and a couple other people around him got it. But for the most part, nobody at all reacted to it.
And it's like, this was the wrong crowd. Like, if this was a normal show, if you said that on Raw, okay, fine. But this was the Tribute to the Troop show. This is majority of them are armed forces people.
Right.
So I'm not saying they don't watch the shows too when they can, but it's like they not tapped into what's going on across all the wrestling
they got priorities to worry
stuff
about.
Like that. Exactly. They got more important shit going on. It's crazy shit going on around these days.
They gotta have the unfortunate never mind. I'm not gonna talk. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. They got the unfortunate duty to defend the United States in the event that how the United States be on bullshit a lot. And they the ones that gotta put in work to defend from other forces that might want to get a lick back on us from the shit that the politicians do.
We might need a disclaimer on this episode.
Hey, listen. They tapped in.
They gonna cancel this shit.
Listen, if the WWE tapped in, the motherfuckers running the biggest police state in the fucking world is tapped in.
Right.
They hacking into my Zoom right now. Abort.
Right. Oh shit.
They said it's the second time on the episode, Mr. Fontaine.
Stop what you're doing right now. It's like, you done been sniped before. Act like you know what the deal is.
Right. I'm sitting outside. This is the wrong place to be talking shit. Anyway,
he go get a text on his phone location. Think wisely.
From an unknown, no, it's gonna come from a restricted number text message. Be like, yeah, that bullshit you pulled. Don't come outside, nigga.
I was like, you got one more time.
I ain't gonna
carry on with your show.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do it no more. Not today. But no, anyway, like these people, they probably legit thought CM Punk just came back to wrestling in general. Yeah, they probably don't even know about no AEW.
I'm sure.
It's kind of sad. It's kind of unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
But it's the truth.
Yeah. Also in his promo, he took some shots at Seth Freaking and Mrs. Freaking as well. Yeah. Called nobody. You're not the first one to say this, so it didn't really hit that much. But
right,
he's not. Seth Rollins isn't the man of his house. Ha ha ha. He's not the first person to say that.
Riddle said that.
Yeah, he did. Riddle won more MMA matches than Punk too. Kind of hit more.
Damn.
It's true.
And the Riddle situation was further proof that Seth can keep his shit together and work with somebody that pissed him off before.
Yeah. Facts. Absolutely. And then ultimately, this man declared his intention to wrestle main event WrestleMania. So,
oh boy. Yep.
You're gonna see. He even walked past the Bloodlines locker room and was like, should walk in there and see what Paul doing. But he changed his mind. He said, nah, not today. Ran into Kevin Owens backstage, ran into Cody, LA Knight, and Randy Orton backstage. Just all back to back to back. He's gonna decide what show he's gonna sign with on Monday. He teased signing the NXT. He made an appearance at Deadline. Let's talk about Deadline and wrap this show up, man. Because he comes out at the top of the show. Shawn Michaels, does his introduction. CM Punk comes out. During the whole CM Punk entrance, this man, Shawn Michaels, forgot his promo. He literally just said, man, I forgot.
Yeah.
So they just winged it. They just rambled for about 5 minutes.
Retirement Shawn is hilarious.
Yeah, retirement Sean do not give a fuck. It took selfie, all this shit. I know Punk ain't signing with NXT, but I'll take a few appearances like after the whatever he got going on at Mania. Once they wrap that up, let him go down there and wrestle a couple dudes down there.
Why not?
Whoever's still down there. If Melo's still down there, let him wrestle.
He bet not be.
I know
I want Melo in the Rumble this year.
Yeah, it's a few dudes I want in the Rumble. It's a few NXT guys I want in the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody in the Iron Survivor needs to be in the Rumble. Like
facts,
men and women, like all of them. But yeah, little small promo. My man's came out there with the Bret Hart hoodie. Sean was like, "Nice hoodie." Yeah, crazy stuff.
Yeah, he really trying to confuse people because like he has this pandering energy, but he's trolling at the same time. So it's like it got you thinking like he teetering on that, like just waiting for the right moment to catch y'all off guard so we can start.
It's coming. It's basically like when Jericho came back that year.
Right.
It was like, yeah, I'm, making them think like, I'm happy to be here, but once that dust settles, we're gonna see what's really about. And that's pretty much what they saying. That's what Seth Rollins be talking about.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna see. That's what Seth Rollins literally told Adam Pearce to his face. Like, yeah,
he said he a phony.
Yeah. Great big phony.
Right.
First match of the night, though, we get Dragon Lee taking on Dirty Dom Mysterio. Prayers up to Wesley. Apparently, he was like legit hurt.
Right.
And he told Sean, like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to work this weekend. So replace him with another Lee, Dragon Lee. And shout out to Rey Mysterio. He finally being a real hater. It took you long enough. A year ago on this show, we was trying to tell you.
We knew you were capable.
Yeah, we knew it. It was just like, you was no limit soldier, man. I know you got that type of energy in you.
Right.
To say fucking nigga. No matter if it's your son or not. So I respect it. Dragon Lee making his case for Young Kings Wrestling Breakout of the Year.
Facts.
Yeah, Dom too. They put in work, man. Shout out to the essays in this one, man. They both nominated for Breakout of the Year. And I'm giving this an A grade. What you giving?
I gave it an easy A. I love what I'm seeing from Lucha Wrestling in WWE right now. To this day, they just turning it up between them. You got Santos over there on SmackDown. They really kicking it up. So I mean, from Survivor Series all the way on through to this to Deadline, this whole show, like Deadline, might be my new favorite NXT pay-per-view. Real shit. Like
the Iron Survivor.
Oh man, we gonna get to it. To
for
it.
Sure.
I went through some shit watching both of those matches.
Let's talk about the women's though, because in the women's Iron Survivor, we had Lash Legend, Tiffany Stratton, Kalani Jordan. Fallon Henley was there too, and Blair Davenport won, and F- for me off of that. Off of that alone. F- for me. But had there been another result, I would have given it an A. Last Legend is her. Tiffany Stratton is her. Kalani Jordan is her.
Yes.
And Fallon Henley, like, she might be her too. She a little dope too. And then, Blair Davenport, she not terrible in ring, but she just not.
I just don't care.
I'm not feeling it. Like, there's nothing.
There's
nothing there that makes me.
It's giving pug energy. It's giving a lot of that. Like, she looked like she musty. She sound like
she do.
Yeah. She just sound like she's toxic, problematic. I'm not.
Well.
I know. Another disclaimer. Google works. If y'all want context.
Blair Davenport, I tweeted this out. Blair Davenport is very known for being vocal when it comes to social issues, and doing a lot of speeches under her real name, B. Priestley. If you want to know more, just Google Bree Priestley speaking out. Find all you need to know. Baby Teeth Blair Davenport calls out Lyra Valkyria, and Lyra comes out like, yeah, I'll see you at New Year's Evil. And Cora Jade returned and attacked Lyra, hit her in the back, and raise up her title belt. So I'm just saying, if you want to get that title shot to Cora Jade at New Year's Evil, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
I'm not either. In fact, I'm hoping for it.
Yeah, that'd be the best way to go there. After this, what grade you giving this? My bad, by the way.
Oh man, I wanted to give it an A so bad. I really did.
Giving it
like the whole time I'm watching through, I'm thinking A++ in my head, and then
especially I'm thinking Lash about to win too. Like,
right, like it was so much good, and then we got to. I'm like, I'm gonna give it a B+ still. I'm gonna give it a B+, but that's only because of the result. Yeah. Listen, the performance was there, but that ending dropped the letter grade down for me. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, y'all need to do right by Lash Legend. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and Kalani. I had Kalani, man.
Yeah, same.
Foul.
Same. Hey, I'm gonna stall Shawn Michaels out because I know he don't see that well.
I don't know. Me and him might have to talk. I might have to talk about him because
whatever.
That was some shit.
It was. We get backstage though. Trick Mello, they prepping for their matches, and Mello up first, man, versus Lexis King. He got that dub. Lexis King needs some refining. Like he's still a work in progress. He has that potential. It's there, and it's a lot clearer than it was a year ago. But we're still struggling to unlock it, like in ring. Character work though. I like it. Yeah. I like it. Like especially this one. After the match, he revealed he did not attack Trick Williams, and he was just using them to get a spotlight on a pay-per-view.
Oh man,
that's fire. Yeah, I've been saying this whole time Lexis King didn't attack Trick Williams. We know who did. Beretta did that shit.
Exactly, man.
We go see.
We're just waiting for the hammer to drop.
Yeah, it's a matter of time. They're dragging it out. We get backstage with a Cora Jade promo. And Cora Jade is basically, putting the division on notice. Like, I'm back. We know how that go. Backstage with Trick Mello again. Mello walk in after his match. And Trick is about to be up for the Iron Survivor. For some reason, Trick apologizes to Mello. And again, Beretta did that shit. I'm going to need Trick to act like you know how niggas operate. You a nigga, Trick. Your name is Matrick. South Carolina, played in the SEC. You swagged out. You got locks. Like you a nigga.
Yes, sir.
Act like it, bro.
His middle name is Mondre.
Your middle name is Mondre.
Damn.
Like you should know not to trust certain niggas.
That's as nigga can get.
Man, Matrick Mondre Williams. Williams not even your real last name, bro. Like, this is the black ass name, man. Like, Williams Johnson Jackson. It's the blackest names. Jenkins. It's a black ass name.
Facts.
But yeah, he won the Iron Survivor. He went crazy. First off, I'm gonna just say A++. This is my match.
Boy, let me tell you.
Josh Briggs. Shout out to Josh Briggs. He was going crazy.
He was.
Him and Dijak. It was straight up negativity from both of them. They started off the match. They was in the pod banging together. Yo.
Big meaty man slapping me.
They was going ham.
Exactly.
It was going ham. Tyler Bate, he got to move up at some point though.
Yeah.
Like
I think it's probably going to happen soon.
Yeah, we might see Tyler Bate as soon as it's Friday. We don't know who's going to be. But it's been hard for me to care about Tyler Bate when he not winning anything in NXT.
Right.
Like early NXT, like a few years ago, him and Mustache Mountain. And even when he was doing the singles thing, he was a UK champ and all that. He was going for the NXT title. Like he cared, but now we know he not winning nothing over the Tricks and the Mellows and all them guys. Like
it's a different time.
Move his ass on up, man. He ain't doing nothing. Braun Breaker came in wrecking shit, got 3 falls in like 20 seconds.
Oh.
While the other Braun was putting in work in Vegas. So like, shout out to the people named Braun. Shout out to Bronny James, made his college debut today. Everybody named Braun was going crazy this past weekend.
Bronny was going off.
And Trick Williams with the greatest comeback since Super Bowl 51.
Man.
The greatest comeback since the 2016 finals and the 2016 World Series. Came back from a crazy deficit. This man got pinned 3 times. He got into the penalty box 3 different times and came back and won 4 falls in the last 90 seconds.
Dog.
Literally at one point in the match, like the last 3 seconds of the match, everybody was technically in a penalty box.
Yeah.
Going crazy. Again, cut that Eddie Thorpe shit out.
Yeah. It did nothing for this match. It literally did nothing at all.
It did nothing.
I don't think the crowd reacted to
Tuesday. That's all it was. That was the only purpose was that. Cut that shit out. What grade you giving this?
Oh, it's a double, triple, quadruple A+. And the thing was too, I was going through all the emotions in this. Because like I said, I already had Sean on my list. Like we gotta talk after the way that they did the thing with Blair. With Blair in that match. I'm like, you didn't put my girl Kalani over. You didn't put Lash over. That was bad. And then I'm watching this match here. Everybody going up. 2 falls, 3 falls.
Trick getting pinned.
Trick done got pinned 3 times. He in the box. He don't got no falls at all. Now it's like a 3-way tie and 3 wins apiece. I'm like, yo, how you doing? Y'all doing my guy dirty right now. Like, what's going on here?
Right. He was about to get knocked down on my GOAT list for a second.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, come on, bro. So now I'm like, okay, this probably going to turn into like a 3-way tie. Something else going to have to happen. But then he hit the first win. I'm like, okay, so he's not going to go outside. All right, cool. But then on the second pin, I'm like, oh, wait a minute now. Like, what we getting ready to do? Then he got the pin on Tyler to get 3. I'm like, oh, we in this. Like, that last minute and a half was like A1 storytelling. I love it. Like,
I think everybody had 3 falls at one point, and then I think Tyler had 2. No, Tyler had 3. Briggs had 2.
Yeah.
Everybody else had 3.
Yeah,
so it was gonna be a close battle anyway. Like
they
Tyler,
took me.
I like how Tyler was getting desperate in the last like minute too. Like
right. Yeah, they took me on a roll with this match. Like this might be on match of the year list for me. Like
high key.
This had me hyped from start to finish.
High key.
Like even like you said with Briggs too, because when JBL was talking about putting them in the match, he's talking about, I see a lot of the guys that I work with, a lot of big guys back in the day. I'll put Briggs in that same conversation. I was looking at the TV like, man, if you don't get your ass out of here talking that bullshit. But then he get in this match and he went crazy. So I'm like, okay, all right, you got it. I'm gonna let it be.
He was kind of looking like he used to look at Evolve, like
like hey,
I hadn't seen that from Josh Briggs just yet, so that's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope. Great match.
That spot him and Dijak did with the double moonsaults in there. I'm like, yo.
You know, Dijak gonna pull out a moonsault.
Yeah, man.
He keep a moonsault in his back pocket.
Yeah, this was super hot fire though.
Yeah, it went crazy. Backstage, we see Dragon Lee getting new side plates on his North American Championship. Yep. And I'm sure Dragon Lee is good money, but Rey Mysterio gotta stop just trusting random niggas. Like, stop it.
He can't help it.
He can't help it. He can't help himself. This is. I get it, bro. You trying to be the OG?
Ray a lost soul, man. Like
Ray, you ever seen Paid in Full?
He has not. I guarantee he hasn't.
Paid in Full has happened to you about 5 times in your career.
Oh man,
you got 14 bricks right there, Ray.
Hey, they get shot every day, B.
Right, nigga.
Tough, right?
Elsewhere back.
He used to be sitting there, his face patched up.
Hell yeah, he even had the eye patch. I'm seeing different. I'm breathing different, B.
About to be on some real murder shit.
Real murder shit, Dom. Any nigga that's ever attacked me,
he's fucking
calls me the tag titles. Anybody ever turn their back on me is fucking dead, Dragon.
Dead. He don't never do it.
Hell no. Next up, we get Briggs and Fallon Henley. You know, they both took the L's in the Iron Survivor. They hot. Here come Briggs Jensen. What's his name? It's not Briggs Jensen.
No, it's something Jensen. I don't remember the first name.
Brett Jensen. Bull Buchanan's son.
What?
You didn't know that?
I didn't.
Hold on. Now I'm mad I can't think about his name, bro. And it's bothering me that I don't know his name. So I'm going to find Brooks Jensen. Like fuck. Yeah. Brooks Jensen. Brooks Jensen come by and he's just like, yo, y'all good? And you know, Josh Briggs was about to snap on him. So just keep that in the back of your mind that he was about to snap on his partner. It's been a lot of, you know, little underlying tension the past few weeks if you been paying attention. But they was cool. They was just like, no, yeah, we good, bro. We good. My bad, dog. I didn't mean to snap on you like that. Here come Metaphor. They're over there talking they shit, you know. They was losers tonight too. Unfortunately, Lash Legend took that L. And they brawl backstage. And we're getting a 6-person tag on NXT with Metaphor versus Briggs Jensen and Fallon Henley. That's gonna be fun. And after this, we get a promotion for New Year's Evil on January 2nd. And we get to our next match. Steel Cage, Kiana James defeating Roxanne Perez. Give me a B+ in this one. They was going crazy. I might bump it to an A- if I'm feeling crazy about it. I watched it twice and I wanted to settle on the B+, but it was Timu Tiffany Stratton that came out there that threw me off.
I'm like, who the hell is Izzy Dane?
I don't know. They act like we were supposed to know. I didn't know.
Yeah, because like listen, I'll be fair. Like I tap into NXT when I can. You know, I don't stay up every week. But they say, oh, it's Izzy Dane. Like I'm supposed to know who that. Like, nah, bro. I'm lost. I thought it was Tiff. I really thought it was Tiff. Like, yeah, like okay, she wants some more smoke with Roxy. Okay, I'm cool with that, but that's not Tiff. So who are you?
Or Vic Joseph channeled his inner Excalibur. Like, are we supposed to know who that is?
Yeah, like,
nah, oh my God, it's the Butcher. Shut up. It's the Butcher and the Blade. I don't know who that is. I don't know who Izzy Dane is, bro. Like, I'm over here like, who? Who are these niggas?
Side note, I haven't heard nobody talk about Butcher and the Blade for a long time, and I'm happy about this.
Yeah, good. Let's talk about this match, though, man. Roxanne Perez is her. For real. And Kiana James. They were both in Ring of Honor, too, by the way. Both of them.
I knew Roxanne was. I didn't know Kiana was.
Yeah. Let me see. Let's run it back here. Let's see what we're talking about. I might have lied. She might not have been in Ring of Honor. I might be thinking of somebody else.
I'm gonna say, like, I know. I remember Roxanne was. She was like killing shit.
Yeah, Roxanne was a women's champion in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Apparently, she never wrestled in Ring of Honor. So I'm definitely thinking of somebody else. She's only ever wrestled in WWE.
Oh,
okay.
I mean, she's solid for that. I mean, look.
Yeah. Good character work.
This short span of time, like
I'm pretty sure she was on the Indies at some point. It's Googleable, but you know, you're running short on time here. Shout out to Kiana James getting that dub. All the black people booked on this show took a dub. All of them, besides Lash. Yeah. Lash Legend won in my heart. So everybody
that's all that's important.
All the black people won. So Roxanne, she needs some backup though, man. You know. I know somebody. I know a certain green named individual they can bring in.
Just saying.
I'm saying. I saw somebody else suggest bringing Jade in too. So I'm not the only one.
Hey, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I'm with it.
She said when she ready, y'all gonna see. So
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get it. And let's talk about in the main event, we got Ilya Dragunov putting his NXT championship on the line versus my boy, my favorite wrestler. He ain't my favorite wrestler, but he one of my favorite. He up there. My boy, Big Baller Baron Corbin.
Uh-oh, welcome to Big Baller Zone.
You know, I was ready for the dub. You know, I used to pray for times like this, but first I'm gonna give this an A+. This is a great match. This is Corbin's best match in years, probably since the King of the Ring final versus Chad Gable.
Ooh,
I can't recall a match he's had as good as that since then.
Yeah, that match was fire.
He was facing Dijak a few months ago, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
That was going crazy too. NXT has done wonders for my guy.
Facts.
Midwest legend, Tom Pestock, former Arizona Cardinal. Going crazy. And it's not an Ilya Dragunov match if he don't beat the shit out of you while getting the shit beat out of himself.
He going crazy.
That's where the energy come from.
Yeah.
You get that energy from that. So shout out to Dragon, shout out to Corbin. You know, you had to let him know I ain't no bitch. But watch your mouth when you talk about my family.
You up here, you talking family shit like, oh no, you can't you catching the beat down bad, fam.
Yeah. And it was dope. After this match, Trick Williams come out there, told Ilya is evil. I'm coming. And then I seen that lower third at the bottom. And when the lower third loaded up, here come Melo.
Right. That was about to be strike three. That was about to be strike three. I swear to God.
I was like, here we go. Doesn't happen.
Oh my God, man. They do this all the time, man. It was
Not
about
yet.
to. Yeah, no.
What grade you giving this match?
I gave it an A. I don't think it should have closed the show out though.
Not yet.
For me, like that men's Iron Survivor should have been the show closer because like that's how you send the show off right. But listen. What I better not see happen is if we get Trick Mello in that match in New Year's Evil, and he don't win the championship because of some player hating.
Ooh.
I don't know if I can. I can't take that. Not from Mello.
Yeah.
I can't take that. So that's gonna be a problem for me.
Like I got Mello. He not on the player hater list yet, but he'll be on the player hater list, and he might wrap up the award the very first week of the year.
Yeah,
because that's what we're looking at. It's not looking too good. I've watched a lot of wrestling over my life. I know how this stuff works.
Exactly.
It's only a matter of time. Like we all know it's gonna happen. So like it's just a matter of when.
Yeah, man. We done seen the story play out plenty of times before.
Seen it play out with the guy booking the show.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It NXT alumni.
Mm-hmm. Tommaso Ciampa.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Who else?
Bailey with her best friend, man.
Crazy. I'm just saying, y'all need the Dakota Kai.
Ooh, listen, Dakota Kai pulled the
Dakota
swerve
a repeat offender.
Yeah, she pulled the meanest swerve. And look, I got hyped for it because I don't really care about taking knots like that. But still, that was a mean ass swerve.
Repeat offender. I'm just saying, there's a lot of untrustworthy motherfuckers in the WWE nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't want to work there no more.
Nah.
You can't trust nobody. You can't have no friends. All your friends turn on you. Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn in NXT too. I'm just saying, you can't have no friends at NXT.
Sami got done dirty.
You can't have friends. You can't go to the parking lot. The
thing is, like, I could understand if Sami became a heel and stayed that way because it's like I'd be mad too. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna have a chip on my shoulder. But you know, he decided that he just want a dick ride with one person after another. Factions, like that's crazy to me.
It's crazy work. You know what ain't crazy? The show being over. That is kind of crazy. Then we're gonna have like 2 more shows for the year over with, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's our birthday next week.
Hey.
Yeah. Like our official like brand birthday. You know, we got a podcast birthday and we got a real birthday. Like when we first started. That's next week. That's gonna be fun. We're gonna figure out what we're gonna do for that. We might not have a real show. This holiday season might not be much to talk about. Yeah. Roman Reigns coming back though, so that's our birthday present. We talk about Roman Reigns. Shout out to the tribal chief, the big dog, the head of the table.
Maybe we could do some YouTube content that don't get sniped.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell y'all, I had to do an appeal. And I was like, I'm gonna do an appeal. And while the appeal was being looked at, they let the video go up.
Mm-hmm.
About 6 days before the statute of limitations on the appeal ran out, the motherfuckers came back and was like, nah, fam, take this shit down.
Yo, what? Yo.
TKO Endeavor. Count your days.
I swear, man.
No, we just have to figure it out, man. I'm trying to do like them motherfuckers over there in the UK. I wonder how they do it. They probably get a whole lot more copyrights than we do.
I'm saying, y'all just don't want to let us be great. I don't understand, man.
It's all good. We'll figure out another way.
Yeah.
What Triple H said. There's always a plan B.
Facts.
It's always a plan B. Plug your socials, Reek. We're going to get up out of here.
Y'all can find me at ReekHavoc24 on Instagram and on Twitter. Also, go check out the Havoc Guy, where I talk sports and entertainment on all streaming platforms where you find Young Kings Wrestling, Spotify, X Anchor, Google Podcasts, and the video versions. The most entertaining is up on YouTube. Content out now.
And I am the thespian TC Fontaine, a.k.a. TCF Baby. Please say the baby. Yes, you can follow me on Instagram at tc.fontaine or at foy.flicks. That's my photography. You can also find me on Twitter, TC Fontaine. And you can find Young Kings Wrestling everywhere at YK Wrestling. Shoot over to YKWrestling.com. Hey, yo, it's holiday season, man. So go ahead and get you some merch. We got merch. Or if you don't want to buy our merch, you can still go to YKWrestling.com and click that first link. And you can go to WWEshop.com and get you some merch on WWE Shop if you want to buy, some WWE merchandise. Just use that link because we get a commission. I'm just saying, it's a sponsored segment right here.
Yes, sir.
So whenever you want to buy a WWE shirt, go to YKWrestling.com first and click that link and buy it from there. And then we can get a commission. And we can pay some bills around here. And we might be able to, afford some guests to come through. You know what I'm saying,
man?
I hit up WWE too. I was like, hell. I'll be seeing dudes like, what's the Black Wrestling Podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Like they be having mad NXT people on there. Like they had Trick on there, they had Lash, they had Mello.
Yo,
let me get some niggas on here too. Like,
listen. 2024, more guests, more interviews, more collabs. I need it.
We on that. YouTube content already, like I've been a little bit more consistent with the YouTube recently, so we're gonna build that up.
Yeah, man.
I seen how much money we could be making if we were monetized, so now I gotta do that.
Yeah, man. Like we gotta get an actual palace set up. You know what I'm saying? Get a nice little,
real.
You know what I'm saying? Something fire. You know what I mean?
For real, man. It got a whole podcast studio out in Vegas that everybody use. We trying to use that.
I'm gonna start seeing, putting some feelers out. We need to get some people around here, man.
Let's do that. Let's do that for sure. Them non-competes is up soon too.
Facts.
A couple weeks.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. It's been 3 months already.
The palace is open. I got some people I want us to pull up.
For
AJ,
sure.
You on the list?
Oh yeah. You gotta get him on the list. I'll go find me a Patriots jersey with his name on it somehow. I don't know where I'm gonna find it.
Yeah.
I don't know they have AJ Francis Patriots jerseys out there. We're gonna find one.
Yeah.
Got all the Big Ten folks on here. We got 3 Big Ten reps on the show. That's what I'm talking about. We gotta do that.
Facts.
Hey, we get Kalani Jordan on here. It's another Big Ten rep.
Oh, word?
Yeah, Michigan State.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not it ain't regular Michigan, so I accept it. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I'm good with it.
Big facts.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, we're gonna be back next week, man.
Said I'll be back to hold you down. I don't wanna leave you,
But we gotta go right now. Like I said, we're gonna be back next week, man, with another one.
Another one.
Young Kings Wrestling. We out of here.
Gone.
Gone.